About Tinashe, how you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for coming on by the studio today.
Thanks for having me.
So this entire hour is the Tinashe Takeover.
Ooh.
We're going to play your music.
Let's do it.
We'll play some of your favorite music that you're listening to at the time, so we'll just have a really good time. But the show is going on tonight, and this is what, stop 3 or 4?
No, this is like stop 6.
Oh, you're 6 in already? Because you're about, would you start about a week ago?
Yeah, so this is week 2.
Okay.
Out of like 6 or so of the U.S. portion of this tour, and then we're going all around the world, so it's going to be crazy.
That sounds very exciting. Is
yeah,
this the first, like, really world tour, like, by yourself?
I mean, I've been all around the world last year, I did, but this is, like, the first, like, official.
Nice.
So it's going to be exciting.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So, we got tickets that we're going to give away. We'll just start off right now. If you're calling 9-476-9696, we'll hook you up with a pair of tickets to the show tonight. It's beautiful. It's like one of the first, like, you should come to the Capital Region more often because...
I brought the sunshine.
You brought the sunshine. You said you were here, you got here, like, yesterday, right? So, and it started to get nice yesterday, so just connecting everything. Thank you for bringing the sunshine and everything, too.
You're
Feels
welcome.
good.
It's been great.
So, how far along are you on working on Joyride the album?
Joyride the album is pretty much finished at this point, so right now I'm just, you know, there may be a couple missing pieces here and there, but it's pretty much done, and I'm just excited to, like, I want to just reconnect with my fans and go around and be face-to-face with them, get everybody excited and pumped up for the album.
That's awesome. How many songs would you say recorded for it?
Ooh, a lot less than the first album, that's
okay.
for sure. The first album I recorded like 200 songs.
Wow.
Which is way too much.
That's a lot of songs.
So for this album, I probably recorded a little upwards of 50.
Wow, that's still a good amount of songs right there. Then you break
it
down to like 12, 13 songs, something like that.
Yeah.
So that's imagine that's probably one of the hardest parts of the process with the album.
Definitely. I mean, trying to figure out which songs are going to fit and which songs just don't fit sonically and you know with the vibe of the project. And it changes, you know, when you first start the project and then where you are at the end, sometimes, you know, you don't feel inspired by the music anymore. So yeah, I mean, it's exciting though. It's fun.
When you went in to record day 1 of the album compared to like when the last day's recording the songs, like different, like if like you compared the first song you recorded to the last song you recorded.
On this album?
Yeah, is there a big difference? Did you guys kind of go through different moods and changes?
I think so. I think, you know, the more that you work on an album, the more you have a sense of exactly what you want and exactly what you want it to sound like. And you also have other songs to, like, figure out how they're going to fit in with each other and how, you know, it's going to feel cohesive and what is missing now in the body of work. So, yeah, it's really exciting and, you know, being hands-on in the creative process of that is super important to me, so it's dope.
That's awesome. So we know that you've worked with Chris Brown.
Yep.
He's on the album.
Breezy.
How did you get in the studio with him?
No,
or?
I like never get in the studio with anyone I've ever collaborated with.
Are you still recording at home and stuff like that?
I am. I do. I have my home studio set up in my room, so I record a lot of songs there. I record a lot of music in my home studio vibe. You know, I feel super comfortable there.
Oh yeah.
Super at home.
Oh, I imagine.
No pun intended. but yeah, it's great. I loved working with Chris. He's super cool.
That's awesome. And then Metro Boomin, you got some production from him as well?
Yeah, I went down to Atlanta so I could work out in his studio, and yeah, he's super dope. We've known each other for a while now, and we have a couple records on the album, actually.
Oh, that's awesome.
Ooh.
He's like the hottest producer right now.
He's pretty hot right now.
It's pretty good to
he's on fire.
Get that nice little connect. So Wikipedia... Everybody goes to Wikipedia, try to get their facts on their favorite artists, their favorite athletes, whatever they're trying to get their research on.
People's #1 source of information, even though it's like incredibly unreliable.
Exactly.
It's very interesting.
So, of course, I went to your Wikipedia
Perfect.
to research you today to get some info. But I want to know, is Wikipedia a liar on these?
No, let's find out.
In the first paragraph here on Wikipedia, it says that you began entertaining at the age of 3. You began modeling and acting. Is that true?
That's true. I was in my first print ad, in a I think it was like a magazine or something like that. I was 3 years old, 2 or 3. I was in my first movie when I was 5.
5?
So it's pretty accurate. I've been entertaining for a long
What was the first movie?
It was called Cora Unashamed. You can actually catch it on YouTube.
Hey.
The full movie is on YouTube. I don't know who put it there, but you should check it out.
Have you watched it back, the entirety of it?
Absolutely. It's a really good movie. It actually really is a really good movie.
You know how people hate hearing themselves?
Yeah.
Right? how does it feel when you watch yourself back?
Oh, I was so cute back then. I was like, oh, look at little old me. I was just 5. Oh. Actually, I don't want to like spoil it for anyone who is like dying to see it, but I actually died in the movie, so it was pretty dramatic. Yeah.
A child death in a movie.
A child death.
Okay, this is
whooping cough. Like it was real.
Dramatic.
I should have won an Oscar, to be honest.
Absolutely. They slipped on that one. So they didn't put that in Wikipedia, so they failed on that. Then it says in 2004 you appeared, you did the voice in The Polar Express with Tom Hanks.
That's kind of true and kind of not true.
Oh, explain.
I was in the Polar Express movie, but I was not the voice.
Okay.
The voice was actually like some grown woman, which really kind of made no sense because it was a kid. But I was the motion caption model for that character. So we all, interestingly enough, when this movie was filmed, it was like the first time they'd done this like motion caption animation. Right. So we had to act out the movie first in its entirety for 10 weeks. And then they animated over the top of us, so we had to wear like these bodysuits with all these like little electronic things on it, and it was wild.
That's pretty interesting right there.
It was good times though. Tom Hanks, super nice.
I was going to ask you if you got to meet Tom Hanks and everything.
Oh yeah, we worked together for 10 weeks.
That's awesome.
It was great.
That's so cool. And then lastly here on if Wikipedia is a liar or not. So far they're doing all right.
They're all right. Yeah,
here.
Pretty good.
Your first televised solo performance was during the Dodgers-Cubs game singing God Bless America.
I mean,
You're like, well, you see...
I was on TV singing for the first time when I was like 11, so I guess that's kind of not true, but I guess I wasn't really like Tinashe the artist when I was 11.
Okay.
So it's kind of true.
Yeah, that's not really,
But
they didn't do a good job on that one. They failed on that one.
I did sing for the Dodgers, which was really cool.
Are you scared when you go out there and you sing something like God Bless America, because that's one of those songs that you don't want to mess up, and if you do mess up, and, it's just everywhere.
No one will ever let you live it down. Well, luckily, they actually show the words, so if you're really in that big of danger and forget them, just look up, because somewhere in the stadium, the words are being projected. But, I mean, I don't really get that nervous, because I've been singing that song, my whole life, at, various...
Okay. You've been performing
neighborhood baseball games and the high school and things like that. Wow. So I was excited. It was cool.
So you've pretty much been performing and entertaining for your whole life ever since you can remember.
Yep.
Wow. Yep. That's crazy. And since we're talking God Bless America, we'll just bring it in real quick with politics, everything. Are you following along to everything that's going on?
I mean, when I have time. I'm on tour right now, but it's exciting when I can, tune in online. It's not it's... Yeah,
you're not tuning into, CNN, I gotta watch this debate.
Well, I can when I have the free time, but, it's been cool to see everybody update me via social media.
And you plan on voting when that time comes?
Of course. Awesome. Gotta get out there and vote.
Now, Tinashe, she was in town about a year and a half ago or so, but you didn't perform when you were in town then. Yep. I think you were coming around doing the promo run for 2-1.
Yep, exactly. That was, it's crazy. I was like, I remember I was here in this parking lot.
And that's a good memory right there, because I'm sure you go to so many radio stations and...
Definitely, but this one obviously stood out to me.
Yes. So we got new music coming. We know Joyride's on its way. You're in the final phases of that. Mm-hmm. You got this one new song right now with Snake Hips called All My Friends.
All My Friends, yeah.
With Chance the Rapper.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you and Chance sound really good on a song here.
Thanks. Thank you.
Any possibility of...
a future collaboration?
Yeah, some more Tinashe and Chance?
You never know.
Because you got a project, he's got a project coming.
You never know. I mean, this is actually our second collaboration. We did one a long time ago.
Okay.
OG, 2012, I think. So, yeah, it's cool. Maybe we'll be able to do more in the future. He's a cool guy.
So we'll play that song in just a few minutes here. But, you've worked with some of big names.
Yep.
You've got 2-1. You've got, which had Schoolboy Q on it. Then Drake stepped onto it, too.
Remix.
Then you had Pretend with A$AP Rocky.
Yep.
You had All Hands on Deck with Iggy Azalea. You had Player recently with Chris Brown. Now, if you were going into the studio and you could only pick one of them to go into the studio with, Schoolboy Q, Drake, A$AP Rocky, Iggy Azalea, or Chris Brown, who would you pick?
I think I'm gonna have to go with my West Coast brother, Schoolboy Q.
Ooh, I gotta shout out Mike Ryan. He called that one.
I knew it.
I'm so excited for his new music too. So he's one of my favorites out of LA. So
Possibly anything on this album with him?
I mean, you never know.
Just trying to get something here. All right, awesome.
My
well,
lips are sealed.
Okay, do you have any like rituals that you do before you go out and perform?
Not really. I mean, I try to just have like a good time and like be in the right state of mind and like relax before the show. I try not to like get too worked up about it at all and just like have a good time and be in the right mind state, like I said.
Right, and that's probably one of the most important things before
Of
you go
course.
out there, because I'm sure when you go out there and you're not really happy
Feeling
or
it, then it's not the show. So you gotta be feeling it. You gotta do it for the fans.
Now, what is some things that you ask for in your rider? Do you ask for like Skittles or like anything like that?
Pretty basic stuff at this point. Like, let's be honest, like chips and salsa. Gotta have a couple bottles of wine
You like
on
the
there.
scoop chips, or what kind of chips you go with?
I'm not a big fan of the scoop chip. I feel like a regular chip can scoop adequately.
Yeah,
Unless it's
I
like
agree.
super thin.
They didn't really.
Like,
that was
the
just an
chips that
upgrade
just
for
break
whatever.
off in the middle. Those are kind of lame. So
Yeah.
you need a nice hearty chip. So I got like chips, salsa, some guac. Like I said, some wine, some water, maybe some fruit.
What kind of wine you go with? You like white wine, red wine?
I do red.
Okay.
Usually my shows are at night, so it's like it's red wine time, right? Mm-hmm.
Right. Sit back and sip a little wine.
Exactly.
Get ready for the show. Okay. Nice.
Just a curveball right there.
I like that. So Tinashe, new music right here.
There.
Joyride World Tour is JAMZ 96.3. Thank you,
Yeah.
Tinashe.
Thank you.
Because I'm high now, I'm down, so faded, I'm on.